and gentlemen, after 4 rounds of boxing, star referee Phil Edwards has scored this particular contest 40 points to 36 points. The man has revenge from Manchester via London, Dr. Hitman, Arthif Daniel.
There we go, Arthif Daniel's got revenge.
Liam Winnie, ABTV, down at Victoria Warehouse with Arthif Daniel, who's just avenged his first defeat and only defeat, and in fine style as well, mate.
Thank you, thanks very much, Lee. Appreciate that. And first of all, I just want to say thank you to my opponent, Matty Ashmole. Gentleman, a warrior, shared 8 rounds in the ring with him, absolute class guy. And he said to me after my first fight, he goes, I didn't think I won that fight. And he said to me, listen, let's do it again if you want. And I said, you know what, I appreciate that. And not many people offer that rematch. He's absolute class. I just want to thank him for allowing me to avenge my defeat. And I've offered him to come to dinner with me. It's on me, of course. So I'm glad he's okay and I'm okay. So all thanks to God for that.
Actually, I really enjoyed that, mate, because you know I wasn't too sure. I will argue with a little bit. I think he might have deserved that win last time. It was close, but you know this time there was no doubt, doubt at all. The 40-36 was well deserved, mate. You went out there and you proved a point. You were much busier. You controlled the fight with that jab of yours, you varied it, and then in those last couple of rounds you started sinking that backhand over. That was nice to see.
Oh, thank you, Lee, I appreciate that. You know what it was, I'll tell you the truth, that fight, I thought I could won it comfortably, everyone thought I won it comfortably, and to be honest, it hurt me, to say, you put that work in, and you think you comfortably won it, and I'll be very honest with you, I'm not going to name drop, but I've got I know a fair few people in boxing, and I sent my fight to a lot of people, and had my little one, Grace. So I sent my fight to a fair few people in the UK and the US. Everyone said the same thing. Everyone said, you know what, that's a BS decision. I have no idea how on earth you lost that. So the thing was, for me, it was like, deep down, I knew I won, but what it was, this fight, I'll tell you what was about this fight, this is why it meant so much for me, because it was all about my mental composure, because it was so easy to fall into a trap and think, right, a true boxer keeps his composure and never gets angry, and, keeps his cool and calm, and, I appreciated, a beautiful message from Floyd Mayweather a couple of days ago, and he said to me, champ, stay focused, go get that win and stay focused, and that's the sort of sentiments that he'd say to me in Vegas, and I'd really, it's simple words, but it means a lot when you come into the fight, when you step under the lights and you've got people around, it's all about that tunnel vision. Stay focused.
You were training yourself for that first fight. You never really had a set camp or anything. Now, I noticed Lee Beard was in your corner.
There's a bit of a story for that too. There's always a story. Right, I did a few sessions over at Jennings. All due respect, it wasn't for me. I didn't really feel comfortable there, so I said, right, fine. And it was actually before I went to Dubai. I had a chat with Amir and a couple of other close people to me, and I said, look, this is how I felt. I said, look, you know what? Just, if you just trust your instinct, trust your heart, and just go somewhere else. Go somewhere you can be comfortable and happy. I said, cool. So I went to Dubai. I did some strength and conditioning. Yeah, thanks. I did some strength and conditioning work out there. Thanks to a couple of people who helped me out there. And so I made my decision then. I said, right, I'm going to come back. Even though it was only 4 weeks when I come back from Dubai for my fight, it was only 4 weeks left. I said, doesn't matter. I want someone I'm going to be happy with. And so I went to. So I came back.
Is that north side, isn't it?
Yeah. That's Jimmy. I'm going to mention Jimmy in a second, but. So what happened was, so literally come back. I started and training myself that week, and then 3 weeks before, I contacted a couple of people from recommendations, and one of them was Lee Beard. And I was going to do something else because I was doing some work with Ricky Hatton's gym and stuff like that. So someone said to me, look, you've got 3 weeks to your fight. Don't go now. Just stay at Ricky's gym. You've got the sparring there. You've got the help there, and someone do your corner and stuff like that. So I said, okay. So then when I spoke to Lee said, listen, I'm going to invite you to come over now. We've got 3 weeks. Come over now, have a go, see how you feel. If it's not for you, that's cool. I liked a few things that he said to me on the phone. So I said, you know what, okay, I came down. I liked what he said. I liked a few things that we were talking about. So So basically, went down to Leeds, Jimmy's with Lee as well, and I want to say, last time I introduced my brother Liam Smith with me. This time I've got my other brother Jimmy Kelly. Ironically, they fought each other. They're both my brothers, but you know what? This guy's also my brother. I really appreciate it. Do you know what? I'm going to surprise you with something. I had only. Guess how many sparring sessions I had in this fight, in this camp? I had 3.
Yeah.
Only 3. Quality, mind you, it was quality with Jimmy, right? I only had 3. That was just due to the circumstance. Anyway, so I was with Lee Bed for 3 weeks. 3 weeks and quality sparring with Jimmy, and I just felt good. And as well, lastly, I do want to say so big thanks to Jimmy, and also a big thanks to my brother Amir. He's doing some charity work over in Pakistan with the AK Foundation. And he called me this morning and said to me, listen, and he gave me some beautiful advice, and he just said to me, listen, you won the last fight, but this time, just go for it. He goes, I don't want you to come out of that ring and think you could have done a bit more. He said a few of these words to me, a few of these phrases to me, that I swear to God, I was remembering in the ring.
Yep.
He said to me, he goes, when that bell finishes, I want your hands to be dangling down because how fatigued and tired you are. That's what he said to me. He goes, leave it all in the ring. And those few words he said to me, it meant so much to me that that's what I did. And that's why I was like, listen, they took it from me last time, unfairly, unjustly. So I want to reckon straight there. So, honestly, I'm so happy for that. And
for me, that was the perfect answer back then, anyway, mate. Because that was 40-36. That's what I was expecting. That's what we got. And I tell you what, you put a little smile on your face there, and it was nice to see you sort of open up a little bit there. You controlled the fight in the first 2 rounds with your jab, and then you started letting your backhand go, and it was nice to see, mate. So well done.
Yeah.
What's
thanks.
next?
I'm going to chat to my manager Steve Woods, my trainer Lee Beard, and we'll go from there. But I want to be out as soon as possible. Be active. Lee, just a quick word, please. He's a busy man, but yeah. So have a chat with Lee Beard, have a chat with Steve Woods, my manager. We'll go from there. But I want to be out as soon as possible.
Congratulations.
And a final thank to all my family, friends, supporters. My wife, she does all my nutrition and dietitian, all the cooking, everything. And, but basically, yeah. So big thanks to Amir Khan and his team, Floyd Mayweather, TMT, Eddie Mustafa. Big mention to Eddie Mustafa because I was speaking to him over the phone. We're analysing my first fight, and I want to say big thanks to Coach Eddie Mustafa for me, and thanks to all my friends and supporters, family. You know who you are. Thank you so much.